Patriots rookie running back TreVeyon Henderson played in only 4 snaps in the AFC Championship game against the Broncos. Now, do we think he is going to get an extended amount of playing time versus the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 60? That is the big question. It's going to come down to one thing. Now, take a look at this play here. They're going to kind of slide their protection over to the right side for the most part and get a one-on-one with Will Campbell and Will Anderson. Now, on this play, TreVeyon Henderson's job is to hit the outside shoulder of Will Anderson, make him commit to the inside shoulder, and then release on into our route, right? Now, he does a terrible job because as we get there, look at, boom, nothing. I mean, what is that? Now, what that allows is Will Anderson to reestablish outside leverage on the rookie left tackle, and then what? Force a fumble, force a turnover, or actually, just kidding. I think Will Campbell does recover it. But at the same time, what is this pass protection rep? And this is just where TreVeyon Henderson is not good. This is where he lacks. Rhamondre Stevenson has just been better when it comes to pass protection. And that's the reason he really stopped playing in the AFC Championship game. I mean, 4 snaps is crazy. And take a look at this stat. Rhamondre Stevenson and TreVeyon Henderson in pass protection this season, including the playoffs. Stevenson has allowed only 6 pressures and 1 sack in 93 total snaps, while TreVeyon Henderson has allowed 10 pressures, 3 sacks in just 41 snaps. So way less snaps, more pressures, and more sacks allowed, and a 24.4% pressure rate, 3rd highest among running backs in the NFL. That is terrible. Now, to answer the question whether or not TreVeyon Henderson will get more snaps in this game, we have to look at the amount of pressure Seattle gets, which is high, but also, and maybe more importantly, the amount they blitz, okay? Now, Seattle is one of those teams that believe, and they should believe, that they have 4 really dominant pass rushers for the most part and don't need to send a linebacker, don't need to send a safety, don't need to send 5, right? They can send 4 and still get pressure, and that is exactly what they do here. They've got 2 dominant interior defensive linemen in Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams, and then you have Tank Lawrence, right? They force the ball to come out very, very early, which means you don't necessarily need to have your running back protect. You don't have to be in a 6-man protection all the time, but you will need the chip and release off these edges. Tank, Uchenna Nwosu, whoever's Derek Hall, whoever's coming off the edge, chipping releases should be something they do a ton, the Patriots, right? But at the end of the day, they're not going to be sending blitzes. That means potentially less 6-man protections if you trust your offensive line, which ultimately should mean more TreVeyon Henderson snaps because of how dynamic he is as a playmaker once the ball is in his hands. Actually, we could take a look at this stat here. So the Seahawks defense this season, including playoffs, they ranked the 5th lowest in the NFL in blitz percentage rate, which means, again, they just believe they can get pressure without sending 5. Now, they have a 38.1% pressure rate, which is the 4th highest in football, again, without sending 5 rushers. They have a 48.2 pressure rate with a blitz, which is the 3rd highest, so when they do blitz, they do get there. They have a 35.2% pressure without blitz, 5th highest. So, again, this team can really generate pressure, and they don't even need to send the blitz. But also, at the same time, Drake Maye is really good versus the blitz. 128 passer rating versus the blitz. That is insane. When he's under pressure, he's the best quarterback in football. Under pressure with blitz, he's 2nd best quarterback in football. And under pressure without a blitz, he's the 4th best quarterback in football. So do the Seahawks look at this and say, okay, well, if he's really good under pressure, we should probably just maintain sending 4 and dropping more guys back in coverage? I think that might be something they do. So guys, really quickly, before we talk a little bit more about TreVeyon Henderson, do me a big time favor. Hit the like button if you want more of these videos throughout the rest of, obviously, Super Bowl. But more importantly, or maybe not more importantly, but importantly enough, we will be covering the offseason, which means free agency signings, whoever they draft, right? We got rookie minicamp itself, OTAs, training camp. We're going to be covering everything New England Patriots this offseason as well. So make sure you guys join the family. It's free, doesn't cost anything. We got you guys covered. Turn on your post notifications. That way you're notified when we do post more of these videos. But with that being said, let's just keep going. We also need to talk about, is he someone that can make a big difference in this game? Well, let's talk about this play here. Look at this. We got 12 personnel, 1 running back. You got 2 tight ends. We're going to get Hunter Henry to the safety, and we're going to kind of lock this guy to the inside. Now, we need to be keeping this as close to the line of scrimmage as possible because watch the leverage our team is able to get on this play with this run block. So right here, he's going to give you kind of an unnecessary jump cut to the outside where he bounces to the outside. And what that does is it puts him way too to the outside. We need to be getting this as close to the line of scrimmage as possible. Look at how much space we have. If we are able to tightrope this thing right up here, this could be a massive play for the offense. But instead, we jump cut, we get to the outside, and we kind of allow this safety to disengage, right? We get right. I mean, again, we need to be a little bit more precise. Has not been electric running the football, but does have the breakaway potential, which is something you want on every play. If you guys want a chance to over 1,000 extra money, you have to check out Sleeper today. And I'm going to give you my picks for tonight's game. Before we do so, take a look at this right here. You're going to see a 100% match deposit up to $100 if you use code DUBS, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 to use right away. This is what I'm putting in for tonight. Make sure you use my promo code. Link will be in the description. But I'm doing Stafford higher than 200 passing yards, Devontae 1 touchdown, JSN 1 touchdown, and Kyron Williams 40 plus rushing yards. Let me know what you guys think. Again, promo code will be in the link in the description. Sign up, use my code, get that match deposit. But let's keep going. Now, if TreVeyon Henderson does play in this game, expect the Patriots to do it on situations where they're either A, just running the football, or we don't expect pressure to really come, which means they're not sending blitzes. I do expect some chip and releases, but they've got to be good chip and releases. But this guy's a playmaker. This is a guy that can turn, what looks to be a 5-yard carry into a 65-yard touchdown, right? So I do think he'll play, but I think he will play depending on how every snap looks. If he has a snap where he completely does a terrible job, I think he might just get benched for the rest of the game, because obviously, Ramondre Stevenson is just so much better, and this is like a 13 personnel, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. Might be Jack Westover, which means it's 22 personnel, and it looks like it could be. But either way, look at this run here. Love how he gets skinny, gets up the field, boom. 15-yard pickup. I like TreVeyon Henderson a lot coming out of college. His biggest thing was being able to pass protect, so he will improve. But I do think he is such a good playmaker in space that they're going to play him, but it's going to depend on how well he does every single snap. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Also, guys, really quickly before I head out of here, comment down below a score prediction for this game. We're just a few days away from the Super Bowl, which is crazy. The season feels like it flew by. So give me a score prediction down below. Do you think the Patriots have what it takes to win this game? Do you think the Seattle Seahawks... I think it's going to be a really close defensive game. It's going to come down to the interior of both defensive lines and how much pressure they can get to the quarterback, which is going to make this extremely fun to watch. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and now I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.